In 1945, the introduction of hand grenade launchers that could destroy tanks as effectively as multi-ton guns revolutionized the battlefield. This marked the beginning of a new era in military technology, where manual aviation became a reality. Soldiers were given access to warplanes, which allowed them to carry out aerial attacks on enemy targets. Though these planes were not handheld or pocket-sized, they were highly effective, and soldiers called them bouncing ammunition. The evolution of military technology has transformed warfare and turned soldiers into powerful fighting units. With the development of advanced weaponry, soldiers have gained the upper hand in combat operations. As technology continues to evolve, soldiers will undoubtedly have access to even more powerful and effective tools in the future. The Switchblade 300, a revolutionary kamikaze drone. The Switchblade 300 is a revolutionary weapon developed in 2011 by the American company AeroVironment. Its name very accurately reflects the design of this weapon, as it is essentially a kamikaze drone that a soldier can launch to take out enemy targets with a shape-charged warhead. The weapon was commissioned by the U.S. Air Force Special Operations Command to be an effective weapon against enemy ambushes in Afghanistan. In many situations, air support is often late and expensive to call in. The AH-64 Apache or A-10 Thunderbolt II attack aircraft cannot always provide the accuracy needed in dense urban areas and cause civilian casualties. When support arrives, the attackers often have time to get away. Using the FGM-148 Javelin is also not a solution. It is expensive, and using it to destroy one or two Taliban is ruinous. Additionally, the Javelin may not be in the regular Army patrol, and the available Raven or Puma handheld drones can detect threats but have no weapons. To address these challenges, the U.S. Army awarded AeroVironment a $4.9 million contract for rapidly deploying an undetermined number of Switchblades for forces in Afghanistan on July 29, 2011. On March 20, 2012, the Army added $5.1 million, bringing the total to $10 million. The Switchblade 300 is structurally an uncrewed aerial vehicle housed in a tube-shaped launcher. The drone and its launcher, together with the case, weigh only about 2.7 kilograms, and its maximum size is 610 millimeters. It is 1.5 times shorter than an M16 rifle, making it easy to carry. The Switchblade 300 can be held in a backpack or on a shoulder. Using the weapon is relatively easy. To use it, the operator should place the launcher on a flat surface, such as a rock or the ground. The launcher has an extraordinary support leg and bipod like a manual machine gun. The operator should turn the drone on and ensure a connection between it and the control panel. Then, they can press the start button, and the drone is ejected from the tube with compressed air on the principle of a pneumatic catapult. It immediately unfolds carbon fiber wings and stabilizers. It turns on an electric motor that can accelerate the drone to a speed of nearly 160 kilometers an hour and raise it to an altitude of 4.5 kilometers. The operator's main task is to detect the target and aim the vehicle at it. The Switchblade 300 uses a color camera and GPS to locate, track, and engage targets whose images must first be entered into the drone's memory. The warhead of the Switchblade 300 has an explosive charge equivalent to a 40mm grenade to destroy light armored vehicles and personnel. The Switchblade 300 is also effective against enemy drones. In this case, it can be combined into a single system with radar and an electronic warfare system. It is used together with an existing anti-artillery radar and electronic warfare system that is transported on Humvees. After the radar detects an enemy drone, they first try to use the electronic warfare system to break its data link. If that fails, they can use the Switchblade 300 to intercept the drone. One of the key advantages of the Switchblade 300 is its accuracy. The drone's color camera and GPS enable it to locate and track targets accurately, making it an ideal weapon to use in urban areas where civilian casualties must be minimized. Additionally, the Switchblade 300 is very cost-effective. It is much cheaper than traditional air support or expensive anti-tank missiles, and its low weight and compact size make it easy to transport and deploy in the field. The powerful and affordable kamikaze drone. The Switchblade 600 is a highly effective and affordable kamikaze drone developed by AeroVironment. It is the successor to the highly successful Switchblade 300 and was flight tested in March 2020. The system costs only $6,000 per kit, making it one of the leaders in combat effectiveness price ratio. The Switchblade 600 is larger and more massive than its predecessor, with a total weight of 23 kilograms. Person can still operate it. The system can be brought up to combat readiness in just 10 minutes. The composition of the Switchblade 600 complex is the same as that of its predecessor, including a bumping stock, a transport launch container, and a control panel in the form of a tablet computer. The drone is externally similar to the previous Switchblade 300, with a variable cylindrical cross-section hull. The nose part contains the homing head and the warhead, while the central part of the hull has an in-flight unfoldable wing. The tail has a stabilizer and a keel, and an electric motor with a pusher propeller is mounted vehicle's rear. The nose of the hull contains an optronic unit in a movable casing used as a surveillance and targeting system. The Switchblade 600 is equipped with a tandem-shaped charge shape like the Javelin. This warhead can pierce up to 600 to 800 millimeters of homogeneous armor behind a dynamic shield. There is a contact and remote fuse, and the product can also be used against protected structures. The Switchblade 600 can fly 40 kilometers in 20 minutes and then barrage for another 20 minutes to find the target. In total, this munition can fly 80 kilometers. The drone speeds 115 kilometers in borne mode and up to 180 kilometers an hour when attacking. The operator panel tablet controls the complex through a secure radio channel. The touchscreen displays a terrain map or video signal from the munitions locator and telemetry. Compatibility with modern means of communication is provided, and the unit is capable of receiving data from outside sources and transmitting information on self-detected targets. The unit's software implements the principles of intuitive control, and the targeting is done independently using a dual-channel homing head. The exact price of the Switchblade 600 kit has not been announced, but it is known to be lower than that of the Javelin anti-tank guided missile system. At the same time, the effectiveness of the kamikaze drone is higher, as it can hit heavily armored targets from the upper hemisphere, just like the Javelin's anti-tank guided missile, which poses a greater threat to armored vehicles. The Switchblade 600 can be mounted on vehicles, armored vehicles, boats, and helicopters, making it a versatile and highly effective weapon system. Thank you for watching this video on the evolution of military technology. The development of advanced weaponry has transformed warfare and given soldiers the upper hand in combat operations. As technology continues to evolve, soldiers will undoubtedly have access to even more powerful and effective tools in the future. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating videos like this one. Thank you.